Hey guys, what's going on? So I had that 52 Chevy in here. I was getting ready to do a bunch of work on that. We're waiting for parts. And since downtime is dead time, I brought in another project. It is a 69 Chevelle, I believe. Belongs to a guy that lives in Northern California. He's getting ready to be stationed in Alaska. And I was like, why are you building a muscle car for Alaska? There's like no time to drive it there. And he said there's a racetrack within a mile or so of where he's going to be stationed. So let's get this thing going. He pulled it out of another shop some time ago. It's been sitting in his garage, I think. And here's a quick look of the car. So when the car showed up, he brought it over here on a U-Haul trailer with his wife and two kids. And today they are at Disneyland. And yeah, he said this was in a shop somewhere. Didn't tell me the name, but I didn't really want it anyway. You see, there's just tons of overspray and just wires everywhere. I see part of a fuel line right there. The motor to me looks like it's in the wrong position. It's too far back. It's laying right on the firewall. This is a factory AC car. And they just took the evaporator and stuff off from under the engine compartment here, and left all the other stuff inside the car. So there's a hole right there that needs to get patched. It's got some nice headers on it. Well, nice looking. I don't know how nice they are, but let's put it up and see what it looks like from the bottom. Here's a trunk full of parts. Got to go through all that here. Looks like a lot of parts, but I see there's a speaker box or something in there, so it's not really a ton of stuff. Okay, so obviously no rear brakes or anything. I saw some backing plates and stuff in the car. He had told me about that. It does have a 12 bolt in it. It's got Heimed lower arms, which is good for racing. Not so comfortable. See some good sized wheel spacers there. Oh, he had mentioned he had bought these rims and tires for another project he had and didn't want to lose them. So put them on here. Has an aftermarket tank. Fuel pump is in the tank. That's good. Like some Flowmasters, using the fuel pressure regulator. Okay, fuel line's kind of run in a poor location. You kind of don't want to run it between the body and the frame and then stuff it through a hole in the frame. It's not a good formula, so we'll redo that for sure. Looks like it has stereo wiring here. I always take aftermarket stuff out and then put the car together, make it work, and then reinstall it. Let's go 4L80. Trans cross member not bolted in. Dual O2 sensors is good. The GM Performance oil pan. Yeah, the engine's pushed back as far as it can go. We can bring that forward just a little bit. We'll check the transmission location. Ideally for road racing, you want the motor as far back as you can for weight. But we'll see how that goes. This one, the motor mount's loose at the top. Oh, looks like someone just set it in here. Got some UMI stuff on here. Nice control arms. Look like 11 or 12 inch brakes. They look like 13s. The bolts for holding the front end together are a little short. These are locking nuts. The end of them are rolled over and you have to thread it at least till that's past the bolt. Otherwise there's a potential of it coming loose. So we'll be changing that. 6-liter aluminum block. Black license plates on the car. Got some interesting headlights. Not a big fan, but not my car. Oh, fiberglass wheel wells. Oh no, they're metal. Aftermarket. Oh, and they're reproduction wheel wells. So they have decals in them. Looks like the tire fell off. Top of the fender. We could probably massage that back about where it's supposed to be. Hey guys, what's going on? Lucky here, back on the project. Here's a recap of what's going on. Cleaned up the engine compartment, got the radiator starting to get the mount. I want to build an upper mount right here. These two bolts go forward, then go over with some aluminum, bend it over, put some rubber in there. Stop it from vibrating, will look kind of cool. Have thinned out a bunch of the wiring in the engine compartment, as you can see. Power steering's all hooked up, made some hoses down there. Rerouted the wires from, this is actually a common thing you can do on pretty much any Chevrolet. They always run the main harness directly across the wheel well like this, and then they go to everything behind the core support, and everything just lays with little straps from here to here, kind of in the way. You can unplug it, clean it up, reroute it inside the fender, up through here, and out over there, and then plug it in. Just keeps the wheel wells clean. Whoever installed this motor punched a hole over here and ran the ECU harness through there. I'm going to punch one behind the intake through the firewall and hide all that. So this thing will look pretty clean and straightforward. Also, if you remember, welded a little bung right there to hold the line, bent new lines. I don't know if you can see it very well, but brakes are all set up. Backing plates, axles out. Still got those silly adapters in there, but I think we're gonna have to make some new stuff. But these are a Corvette, I believe, rear brake calipers. Put the third member together. I set it on the ground, I'll hook the shocks back up. So that's handled. Also, the transmission cross members mounted. So now I'm going to put it on the ground and start working on the shift tunnel and making a plug for the firewall, taking the old AC stuff out from under the dashboard, cleaning up some of the wiring, and going from there. So that's it. See you guys on the next update.